Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tales from Tuatha. We're bringing you the stories of adventure, danger, loss, and heroic triumph from a land within our imaginations. Bringing you these tales today is Nerida the Drowned,
Hello.
Harbakir Tol Middleek,
Hi.
Lost,
What's up?
Chance,
Heyo.
and Welgwyn Woodbarrel.
Hello.
You forgot me again.
Oh my god, because I copied it from last week.
Pew pew! I'm Cora. Hello.
Cora Hilltopple. Thank you for joining us today on our adventures, and here is what happened last time. Hollandar had revealed that he had been planning to sacrifice the townspeople of Brimshire all along and had lured them into his newly created mine to introduce them to his father, Medakiri, the demon spoken of in the Tome of Darkness and written about by Thuriel the mage, who had been doing stone grafting magic within the mines. Hollandar's father, Medakiri, arrived on a flaming black horse to take the sacrifice from the procession. During the fight, Lost and Chance made ovations to Hollandar, or Raphistus as his demonic name is, with no effect. The battle was settled by a divine thunderclap, shattering both Raphistus and Medakiri simultaneously. After the battle, attempts were made to console Iseline, the mother of Hollandar, now known as Raphistus, who eventually left with a gift of 5 platinum from Nerida. The corpses of Raphistus and Medakiri were banished by the scorching light of Lost, Alik, and Nerida working together to consecrate the remains. Harry Wint, the stuttering but affable and friendly miner who had believed thoroughly in Hollandar and his vision for the people of Brimshire, was left behind as well. Lost gave him a couple instructions, maybe suggested that the mine might be his now and his to take over and run. He seemed not confident that he was up for the task. After that, the party pressed onward into the cavern in search of remnants, or perhaps a source of the great demon Medakiri. What they found was a large stone throne, stone crafted, again with magic. They felt a humming coming from it and decided to smash it to try to figure out if there was anything inside of it or anything nearby that might be bound to the demon's soul or allow him to reawaken in some way. Underneath the throne, under the stone, they eventually uncovered the skeleton of a child. Nerida wanted to speak with this skeleton to determine perhaps what it knew about its death or the circumstances surrounding it. So she cast Speak with Dead and spoke to the skeleton, who revealed that she had been a child named Lauren Birch, who had died probably 100 years ago and was seemingly sacrificed by an old man. After the conversation with the dead, they began to consecrate the skeleton, all the while being racked by terrible screams and visions of the girl's torture at the last moments of her life. They successfully consecrated the skeleton as it was damaging their psyche while they were trying to do so, and decided it was time to destroy the Tome of Darkness once and for all. Nerida removed it from her satchel, and with some effort threw it to the ground. They began hitting it with divine light. As they struck it with the light, it lashed out with waves of fire, scorching the party. But they pressed onward and eventually were able to break it down and destroy it completely. From there, they decided their work was done. Though they were beaten and tired from the day's ordeal, they decided to exit the mine and see what was happening back in Brimshire. And that brings us up to date to where we are now. You guys were just exiting the mine. What did you guys want to do?
What time of day is that?
So let's see. You were there about noon and you took a long rest. So it's night now. It's maybe 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. Night has fallen. Anyway.
Okay. Well, do you guys want to head back to our tavern hotel and regroup?
Yeah, Jirashi sounds like a good place to go right now.
Agreed.
We'll head back
Yeah.
to Jirashi's.
Chest. Am I talking?
Let's do it.
You
Yes.
are, yeah.
Steve. Yeah, Jirashi's.
Okay. As you head back, you pass the work camp formerly of, led by Hollandar, although it was kind of somewhat of a communal camp, though clearly Hollandar was the most important person there. The atmosphere there is bleak. There are some people gathered around campfires. There are some people packing up tents. There's a light on in the main tent where, is effectively like Hollandar's war room. But the rest of the camp, many people are packing up their tents. Seemingly.
Are there any people who were injured in the encounter out here?
4 people died, but no one else was injured.
Okay.
I guess I'd like to see what's. I'm curious to see who's left in the camp and why the light is still on in Hollandar's tent. Anybody else want to
could take a
venture
look.
in?
There's no harm, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Go with you.
Take a look, see if we can help protect people.
You're really quiet, Thomas. So yeah, we're gonna head into the tent.
Okay. So yeah, there is no one standing guard outside at all. Bizarrely, you're used to usually 2 to 3 guards standing outside the tent, but you just walk right in. You met with Hollandar in here before. There's kind of a table, large table with many chairs around it, and a couple of like shelves or smaller tables where usually there's perhaps food and a couple of records or books or ledgers. They have nothing on the table in front of them. Harry is sitting where Hollandar would usually sit, and there are a couple other men sitting around with him as well, and women. They're all like deep in conversation when you enter, but they all stop when you do and look up to you.
Oh, we just wanted to see how you all were doing.
We believe we've completely purged the boar of demons. There is no chance of Medikiri resurrecting anymore. What have you come to decide?
Well, we haven't decided anything yet. I'm not sure what the next steps forwards are. It's very difficult to manage. There are some records of who's been working with us and inventory, but it's a bit ragtag and I'm not used to this. There's a sort of large man with a brown beard sitting next to him. It's like, Harry might take over, but I don't know. None of us really know a whole lot about running this stuff. We can dig, we can blast. It's gonna be difficult. Many people have already decided to leave. Don't blame them.
Well, hopefully, through all this tragedy, there may be better times ahead. Hopefully we can help if we can.
Yeah, we would love to aid you if there's anything we can do. We do have a little bit of financing if you need investment in the mines. Otherwise, what's lacking? Just bureaucracy, being able to organize everything?
Well. Of course, we always need funding, but yes. I'm not familiar with these ledgers. Not even sure how to really read them. I mean, I can read, but it's really confusing. And like I said, so many people have left. We're not even sure we can continue. If you wanted to give funding, we don't know what to ask for right now.
We can come back later to discuss it with you. We would need to figure out how much we have as well.
It will take some time to look through the accounts and see what we have and what we need.
Well, given our experience with the other, and I'm forgetting his name. What was his name? The other boar owner. Yeah, with the Lacrimatus family, I think it would be prudent for us to move away from him having a monopoly. It doesn't seem like he really cares for the people from what we've experienced so far. And I would love to help support you in being able to, have more options.
Well, your kindness is much appreciated. We obviously owe you a great deal. There can be no recovery for those lost. Suel's brother was struck down.
No, but we can do our best to honor their memory and move forward, not let this be the end of the people's run mine.
Yes. The workers run mine must continue. It's important for all of us everywhere, but I worry this is a time of great vulnerability, and Donatello will move in and take what we have.
Yes, well, that is the concern, which is why we're trying to offer our help to see if there's anything we can do to ensure that you successfully continue.
I'll be here all night. I'll dismantle Hollandar's tent and make sure there was nothing dangerous left there.
Well, speaking of which,
take care of yourself and get some rest as well.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, can we check to see if there's anything dangerous?
Yeah. Do you mind if we take a look through his things? There's just still a concern that whatever summoned his father initially, whatever he was doing here, there may be further reaching, and we just want to make sure there's no other incidents going forward.
Yeah, of course. George, can you take them to Hollandar's tent? Yeah, the man sitting next to him who spoke up earlier. Right this way. You'll follow me. Leads you out of the tent and over to another sort of red pitched tent. It looks very basic. There's kind of, when you get inside, there's just like a cot on the floor. There's like hardly anything in here. There's not even makeshift bookshelves or anything dug into the ground. There's like a cot and that's it.
Sorry, you said there's just a cot and not much else?
And nothing else. Like,
Nothing else?
nothing that you immediately see.
I'm gonna search the cot to see if there's anything hidden in it.
Under it, in it, wherever.
Okay.
All around.
I'll say,
Investigation.
I'm waiting for Cora to start slashing the cot open.
Him as well.
I did not find anything.
Oh, wait, investigation. Where's my character sheet?
Are you proficient?
I don't know. Let's see. No, I cannot do that. Okay.
Okay.
I was.
You rummage through the cot a bit. Also, Nerida takes a moment to chant out to Umberly and place her hand on your shoulder and give you guidance. And George looks like visibly upset. What you doing there? That's magic, ain't it?
No.
Blessing from my god to help find anything demonic that might be lurking in this tent still. We don't want anybody else to get hurt.
From your god, you say?
Yes.
It didn't come through for some reason.
It's not coming through?
No.
I
At all.
can hear myself.
Through my headphones.
I can hear you.
Alright, one
Better.
second.
So you're working now. It was echoing through Aiden, but now it's working.
Small pause while we figure out sound issues.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, I say yes from my god, if anyone didn't hear that.
The god?
Yes, I'm originally.
From the Concord of the Coast near the sea, and I still worship the sea goddess. I really hope that she can help clear this town of any evil.
The sea goddess? Who's that?
Kimberly.
Umberly? You worship Umberly?
Yes, it's, as a sailor, old habits die hard.
Can everyone else hear me?
We need a technical difficulties slide that comes down.
I can hear you.
But it's like it does switch between like being echoey and not, you know.
Let's try that. I mean, she kills sailors, doesn't she? Starts tempests on the seas. You worship that?
Saves them. She's a little bit of a neutral god, I guess, but earning her favor can bring you great blessings.
Well, that's strange. I mean, really weird that you're doing that. Not many serve the gods anymore around here.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only thing I can think to do. She's helped me out of dire circumstances before. Anything
Really?
I can do to help you all.
You don't have much religion in the town?
There's a
No
old
clerics?
temple of Selene, but hardly anyone goes there anymore. There's only one or two priests left, I think. It's been here for ages. People drifted away from it, didn't need it. Yeah.
It's much.
More common for sailors to at least see good fortune so that they don't meet their end in a horrible storm. Many more of us are at least superstitious and not religious.
I guess. I mean, maybe you make offerings to Umberly, but never heard anybody worshipping her. Anyway, I won't report it, but be careful with that kind of stuff. If you're not a temple priest, you're not allowed to invoke the gods.
Thanks for the warning.
Yes. You're in good company here. Just
Well, maybe next time we'll just let the demon while we wait to get them-
Alec, that's not necessary.
nobody's saying anything about that now, We're all very grateful, of course, but I can't speak for the law. Don't know what the town's guard would do. If there were any,
It's a fair point. Thank you.
Yeah, if there's anybody from the Spellcaster's authority here, they'd fine you, lock you up, not sure. Wouldn't be good. Trying to protect you. So, he just kind of watches you as you search the room. Alex, like, lifts the mattress on the cot. There's, like, nothing there. It's sort of this dirty, splintered wooden cot. Looks like it's been here for a while.
Well, I'll, get closer to my party and try to speak softer. And say, if we want to ask them to leave this until tomorrow, I can make sure that there's not any, cursed items around or the ground hasn't been desecrated. But unfortunately, I can't do that right now.
I mean, given what we've seen, I don't know how likely it is that Hollandar would have anything hidden in plain sight, like here in his tent.
Yeah, he had the entire mine to
exactly
occupy. He wouldn't really risk someone finding it out here, but I guess you never know.
And all of his armor and everything was like body or whatever, so it's not like he's just left random objects around.
Okay, so I mean the ground is just barren in the tent, basically. It looks like maybe, dust has been brushed aside, but that's it. There's a cot. George is standing over you. You guys are kind of done?
Yeah.
There's no soft earth, no recently, no rock formations that may be too smooth to be natural.
Well, it's definitely, the ground is dirt here, but you don't, you could roll perception. You could roll survival, I think it would be, actually, to...
I can roll either of those.
I'm gonna say survival if you're, like, looking for...
stone formations, because they've been enchanting stone. So survival 21.
Okay. You actually don't notice anything. Everything looks just like normal ground here. Mostly dirt. There's not really any rock showing underneath. You would guess the bedrock is probably, 10, 20 feet down or something like that. There may be smaller stone formations above that.
Dwarf, I seem to have done better with rocks this time than you normally do. I should say Alik.
Not 10, is it?
Not as far as I can see. Just dirt.
Okay, so you just head out of the tent.
And back to the tavern. Yeah.
Okay.
At the bar when we arrive.
Who's at the bar?
Yeah, who's like working.
Jirashi is there.
I'd like to talk to you.
Before we go upstairs.
So weird. It's just like...
You want to do what before we go upstairs? Sorry.
I want to talk to Jirashi.
Ah.
Yeah.
That should fix it, hopefully, but we'll still get echo from me, probably. Okay, yeah. Jirashi's down tending bar. There are a bunch of patrons drinking, mostly sullenly. Like, it's not been a good day. People have lost friends and loved ones in Brimshire today.
Yeah. I'll say hello.
Oh, hi!
Hello, I know this is an odd question, but, have you ever heard any tales of a Lorne Birch?
Lauren Birch. No. I can't say that I have.
Perhaps like a child who had gone missing many years ago? Like
I
100.
don't know any local tales from that far back. That's I don't know if there are even any records from then.
If I was going to look for some kind of record, do you know where I could go?
Let's see, 100 years ago. I mean, there's sort of like a, I don't know what to call it, an office of records in the town hall here in Brimshire, but I don't know if you'll find anything that far back. I don't think there even was a town here at that point.
Well, I guess I'll go check it out if you let me know where it is. Maybe there's a hope.
Oh, yes. Well, Town Hall is right sort of towards the center of town. Right at the Rocksplit Thoroughfare. The first crossing there.
Okay.
Gestures down the road a bit.
Also, I mean, it might be a long shot again, but do you know where people around here who passed away would have been buried around that time? Are there any old graveyards nearby?
100 years ago? Again, I don't know. I'm fairly new to this town. Jirashi's opened about 10 years ago. So, not that familiar with the local lore. Again, I don't think there was a town here 100 years ago.
Do you know where the next nearest town would have been?
Well, there's Highton down the road. I don't know how old that is. Thaura's been there ages. Maybe 600-700 years, something like that. Since almost zero Age of Light. Long time.
Alright, well, thank you for your help.
Sorry, can't be of more help.
That's okay. I knew it was a bit of a shot in the dark.
Yes, let me know if you want some supper. It's included in your bill, assuming you're staying the night again.
I think we'd all like something, probably.
Yeah, after that long, arduous battle, I think it's time to have some food, maybe some drink. However, while we're bending your ear about things, I was wondering if you knew anyone who was good at bureaucracy. We'd like to try to maintain the bore that Hollandar was started to allow the people another option instead of just going through the Lacrimatus, who don't seem to care for their people much.
Oh yeah, I don't know about that. The Lacrimae employ plenty of people to keep track of their stuff, but I can't imagine any of them would want to move over to the new camp, especially with the pay. I don't know what they can afford to pay.
Well, I know they're hard starting out, but we're willing to help, or I'm willing to help finance some of this. So if you could put out the word at your bar and see if anyone might have interest, I would appreciate it.
That puts me in a little bit of a spot there. I would have to be sticking my nose up at the Lacrimae, trying to help out the work campers. I mean, Lacrimae don't come around here often, but I don't want to make any trouble with them necessarily. There may be a couple people I can talk to, but can't really promise you anything.
Alright, and I'll put a gold on the table. And there can be more of this if anything comes forward. I understand your concerns. I wouldn't want you to trouble yourself, but I'm a little confused since you opened up, my understanding is the only other inn after the Lacrimatus. Aren't you already in direct competition with them?
Yeah, somewhat, but, totally different clientele and all that. There's a different setting, obviously. Have you been to the Festuatum?
Indeed, it's much too stuffy for my taste, although I did like some of their food at the party.
Yeah, there's stuffiness in there. Can't say it's for me either. Clearly, I mean, you've seen my establishment. It's a bit more lighthearted on most days, anyway.
Yeah, there's a reason we've been staying here, even though we were offered free lodging at the Festuatum.
Perhaps. I imagine the lodging at the Festuatum is quite nice. It must be silk sheets and all that. But we really appreciate your business, and of course you're supporting, the workers here to some extent. While I'm not aligned with the work camp, we don't support what the Lacrimae are doing here necessarily.
Well, indeed, and as you said, it's a different clientele, so I believe the same thing would be true of the mines. Only certain people will want to leave the protection of the Lacrimatus to mine in a commune. I don't know, however it is set up currently, a people-owned mine. So, again, just put out the word.
I'll do that. I'll talk to whatever customers I know. Yeah. She takes the gold off the counter. I mean, no amount of gold will really help, unfortunately, but I'll talk to some people and see what I can do.
Hey, Jirashi, is there anyone who might be able to send a page to the Mistopheles Manor for me? Anybody who might be able to help me out with that?
Mistopheles. Are they here in town?
Oh, I believe so. Based off of what Thrasha Mistopheles indicated.
Ah, yes. Oh, yes, of course. Yes, I can arrange for a page. We do
Wonderful.
that every once in a while.
All right. Could I send over? Do you have ink and parchment by any chance?
Oh, yes, the page will take care of it. You do not have anything to write with.
Oh, I don't really need anything to write with, just some ink. But if he could maybe stop by when he has a second, I'll whip something up.
Hang on, right here. She turns behind her to the cabinet, opens it, pulls out an inkwell and a quill and a bit of parchment. Here you go. Do you want to just write it yourself, or you want him to transcribe it for you?
I think I can handle writing it on my own. Okay. So I sort of dip my thumbs into the inkwell and put 2 little thumb notes on the paper, and then fold it up. And can you seal this? Is this? Do you have sealing wax or anything like that?
She watches you do it and is like, yes. Pulls a small bit of sealing wax off the shelf behind her, holds a candle to it.
I seal it with my signet. And
the wax drips over the fold and seals it closed.
Great. Yeah, so that just needs to go to the Mistopheles Manor, and then if there's somewhere that I could wash my hands, that would be very helpful.
Ah, yes, there's a washroom in the back there.
Cool. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I'll get that. When do you want that delivered? Right away?
The sooner the better. That would be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sort of shouts over his soldier, Badwin! Get the page! Get Gregory! Aye! Yeah, so that done. You go and wash your hands, presumably. What else?
I just want to drink.
She gets out a bottle of Devil's Own gin, puts it on the table. Welcome back!
Thanks, Jirashi. Appreciate it.
And not so sure about the title list anymore. People might not be too happy about it around here.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure I can help clear you out.
Ooh, you don't say. Oh, the page service costs 5 silver, by the way.
Okay, cool.
And the bottle of Devil's Own is 10 gold.
No problem.
Jirashi, how much cheese you got, by the way?
Padwin, how much cheese do we have? I've got like 5 wheels.
All right. How much for a wheel of cheese?
Padwin! Wait, a wheel? You want a whole wheel of cheese?
The whole thing.
Okay. She's counting on her fingers. Usually we portion it out. Say 10 silver?
Yeah, done. Absolutely done. I'll take the whole thing.
All right. Thank you very much.
While they do this and dinner gets ready and stuff, I'm going to go up to our room by myself. And I'm going to cast Sending to Iseline.
Okay.
I'm going to say, are you okay? Did you make it out of town? Please do head to Gilmesh. You can still start over there.
She knows it's from you.
Yeah, she knows it's from me.
But she hardly knows you. I mean, you met before, it's true. Thank you for your kindness, but I'm not fit to travel yet. I'll try when I feel a bit better.
I'll cast it again.
Okay.
And I'll say, I understand. Please just stay safe. If you need us for anything, just let us know. We're at Jirashi's.
All right. All right, thank you.
And I'll go back downstairs and take a shot of the devil's ale from Lost.
You guys want any cheese?
I'm alright, thanks.
I'm gonna make you roll to poop successfully for the next 3 days. You've got a whole wheel of cheese.
I love this cheese.
It's really good. It's kind of silky, like a goat cheese is, but sharp like cheddar almost. Anything else we want to do before we take a rest at Jirashi's?
No, I'm beat almost physically and mentally now.
Yeah.
Hamshank.
You get your ham shanks. Like, as soon as she sees you come in, she yells back. She's like, Padwin! Ham shanks!
We like to train our weights down.
Right! Of course. Ham shanks. Okay, anything else?
I'm good.
Okay. As you're heading up into your
Sorry,
rooms...
I was muted. Hang one second. I just
Okay.
want to... hey, Welgwyn, I really admire your abilities in combat and how you've been able to quietly get around and sneak behind our foes. Would you mind teaching me a thing or two about how you do that?
I mean, it's mostly good luck, but I'm happy to try to help you however I can, although, to be honest, I think you're probably a better fighter than I am.
Well, I appreciate that. I have been living in the wilderness for most of my days, so unfortunately, it's part of surviving, but just, yeah, I'm just very impressed by the things you've been doing. I think I want to multi-class as a thief, so I'm just going to set some groundwork that we're kind of starting to train together.
Sweet. Well, I would be very honored to help you however I can. Halflings got to look out for each other.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You got it.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay. So you settle into your beds for the evening. Familiar beds at Jirashi's Stone Break. No one else is staying in the inn tonight, just you. So the upstairs is rather quiet. As you settle down to sleep, Alik,
Yeah.
you rest your head on the pillow, familiar pillow at Jirashi's, the bed you've come to know over the last 3 or 4 days. Suddenly you find yourself standing, your body rising on its own. Again, you find yourself in a black void, the darkness stretching out forever in every direction. There's a sudden press of a hand on your shoulder, and a familiar sense of safety flows into you. A gauntlet bearing the symbol of an eye extends from over the same shoulder, gesturing to an emerging figure in the void before you. A woman, features blurred by darkness but for her pointed elven ears, sits in a wooden chair, her head hanging over a book. She reads furiously, flipping the pages with fervor, but humming to herself occasionally.
I recognize her?
You can tell it's an elf. Roll perception. Okay. She looks maybe close to full grown or perhaps full grown. kind of slender-bodied, somewhat fine clothing on, not like nobility clothing, but kind of linens. Can't really make out the features of her face. Feel some underlying familiarity, but you're not sure what it is. Continues poring through the book. Want to do anything else?
Can I go up and read the book? Like, am I able to move, or am I just looking?
You sort of, with your will, reach out and try to move, and your legs just don't move. You're just frozen in place. In this void, the hand on your shoulder, not gripping you tightly, it's kind of gently as a friend would.
Can I talk to her?
Speak.
I will say something like, "Hello, can you see me? Or can you hear me?"
Your voice disappears into the void, and the figure doesn't respond.
Can I think thoughts at helm? Like, what's going on? What is this? Why are you showing me this?
The figure stands and fades as it begins walking away. The hand before your face gestures to your right, and you see that same woman hunched over a grave, digging with a shovel. Her clothes are spotted with dirt, and she lifts the soil with significant effort, but lots of determination. At her side is a satchel with books peeking out of the top.
Okay, I'm assuming Helm didn't answer my thought
No.
questions. Then I just continue watching.
Okay. She's digging and digging. You hear, almost in your mind, a actorless voice echoing throughout the void. This is your responsibility. She digs. Seems as if she's found something. Bottom. You see her get down on her knees and start brushing with her hands. She reaches into her satchel and pulls out one of the books, flips through it furiously till she finds the page she's looking for. Starts an incantation. Sounds like perhaps it's abyssal, perhaps it's some other horrible language, unholy language. Don't recognize. Hear from Helm again. This is your responsibility.
To fix, or did I cause this?
Both. That word, the figure evaporates into mist. The hand that was before your face recedes behind you. Feeling of the hand on your shoulder gently lifts. You are floating,
Where?
motionless in a void.
Where do I go? Where do we go to stop this?
With that, you wake up on your bed at Jirashi's stone break. That's it. No one else has anything happen to them. It's a peaceful night's sleep. You've kind of rested a couple times now, but you've been exerting yourselves a lot, so while some of you toss and turn from the day's events, lost, you hear the voice of the book, whispers echoing in your mind for a moment. Snap awake. But everyone else wakes up normally. It's a new day in Brimshire. and you're all at Jirashi's Stonebreak.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm not sure what you'd like to get up to. I'd like to go to City Hall and see if I can track down Lauren Birch, where her family may have been, and see if we can get her buried. I also need to pick up my glaive.
I'm game. Feel like I need to walk around a little bit today.
It may be worthwhile to head over to the temple as well. It sounded like that may be one of the oldest buildings in town.
That's a good idea as well.
Whoa.
Motorcycle, sorry.
That's okay.
Alright, well, I guess I'll head to the weapons store. His name I can't remember, unfortunately.
Spark and Steel?
Yeah, and trade in my glaive.
Okay.
Ooh, we have enough for another plate mail.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Didn't we get several thousand for...
You got like 1,200.
Got 4,000. Well, you didn't actually get the 4,000 from Donatello yet. I was going to say, as you're heading down the stairs, there's a page. Message from Donatello Lacrimatus, owner of the Lacrimines. He wants you to come by the manor to receive your payment for your job.
Oh, thank you so much. We'll be there as soon as we can.
All right. Good day.
Ooh, it's a town walking heavy day. I like this.
Yeah.
I like any day that somebody wants to pay me a bunch of money. So it's a great start so far.
I bet he knows. We should be on our guard.
Yeah. Well, do you guys want to head there first?
We don't need everyone there.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
we
worried
do, though.
something strange might happen.
Yeah, at this point, splitting seems like a bad idea.
Probably better to have everyone. We don't really know what he's planning.
Or his sister.
I do not trust that lady.
I don't trust many of the women that we've met around the temple, but I am very interested to talk to all of them.
Well, I
So,
guess
do we want
head
to go
over?
get the money first, or do you want to go follow up the lead and try to figure out where this woman may be? Where
I think we
her
should
primary
wrap
resting
up
place was.
our business with the Lacrimans as soon as possible.
Maybe we should stop by so you can grab the glaive before we go into what might be a complicated
Sounds good.
situation with the Lacrimatus.
All right.
Okay,
I'm good
so
with
you
that.
head over to Spark and Steel.
Yeah.
Hey. So again, some of you are here for the first time. It's a fairly Spartan shop. It's not like drab, but the walls are fairly plain. The sort of display cases and display racks for the weapons and armor are fairly plain, but the pieces are immaculate. They're not like fancy. They don't have nice inlays or like extra garnish on them. I don't know what to say, but they're like all like mirror sheen, perfectly fit. They look exactly symmetrical. They're just amazingly made. It's not spooky in here. Let's do this. It's not that spooky either.
I want to compliment Mr. Blacksmith on his excellent craftsmanship.
So he's in the back, like hammering away. You're seeing him for the first time. You haven't actually been here.
My compatriots picked up his armor. It's fantastic. Stopped demon blows. with nary a scratch.
So again, in the back, working over the forge, hammering at this at it like a sword now, and looking up as you come in, is a man with dark red skin. He's wearing no shirt. He is incredibly muscular all around.
He was at the party, though. We met him at the party.
Know that you even
I don't
met
think
him.
he actually showed up at the party.
Okay.
We invited him, but
We
I don't think
invited
it was
him.
mentioned.
Yeah. Never mind. Anyway,
So
continue.
he has dark red skin and a very trim, muscular build, and he's sort of subtle but really noticeable for all the sense that makes. Like flares, looks like cracks or scars in his skin are sort of glowing, pulsing, as if they were active coals. He's wearing just like black pants, and he's bald. When he smiles, like, you know, his teeth, his white teeth, like, stand out, contrast heavily with his figure. He walks over to you and says, the woman with the strange glaive.
Yeah.
I finished it but an hour ago.
Oh, thank you so much.
It is not a delicate piece. Be very careful with it. He sort of walks back over behind a small wall. You hear him like lift something with some heft. He comes out with it like over his shoulder. The shaft is quite thick. Weapon. It has two blades facing opposite directions. It's probably about 6 feet long, 6.5 feet long.
Very good.
And he, with one arm, you're kind of impressed, like wrenches it off his shoulder and rests it gently on the countertop in front of him.
I'll set my other glaive on the counter next to it, and then pick it up. Give it a little bit of a twirl. Safe, range. Not lengthwise, like horizontal.
I can see you've had some practice with this weapon. Ask you where you acquired it. Forgot.
I got it made down in Gilmesh.
Yes, that's right. I have to study this. It's pretty impressive craftsmanship. It's obviously been through a lot, but I appreciate you turning it in.
Oh, sure. I hope you can get some interest from it. Have a good time researching it. Maybe make some more.
The nobles around here are always looking for unique pieces. I'm sure I can make some less utilitarian pieces for them.
Well, I might have to come back and see what you do.
Please do. And thank you to the compliments from your dwarf friend here. He goes down to like shake your hand. He's like, I'm Thermo Gellantier. I don't believe we've met.
Your skin is so pretty. Can I touch it? I don't think I've seen many folk like you before.
Again, if a red man could blush, he's like, oh, sure. Sort of like holds his arm down for you. It's just like bulging bicep and gigantic forearm. And again, there are these little bits of what look like hot embers, sort of rolling and pulsing across his arm.
Is it actually warm to the touch? I mean, other than human flesh, or
Yeah,
not human, but
you touch his hand, and it's like a warm campfire. You think even if you like grabbed him and held him for some time, it might get too hot and start to hurt, or at least be uncomfortable.
wow, this is so different.
I can't say I've seen many like me around.
Not at all. Halik, are you going to change the subject?
I just kind of like I gave my compliment and I'm looking at
You're done.
on the wall.
You're just looking around at all the goods. Well, let me know if you guys want any other pieces made, or if you see anything you like on the shelves here. Humble shop
think
is open
our-
to you.
Dwarf friend was looking for some plate mail. Would you have anything in his size? or his diminutive
I've already got
stature.
plate mail, you dummy.
Oh, it was Nirda. Sorry, other way around.
Yes, of course. There's sets a full plate here. Be just perfect for you, looks like. I mean, just tighten the straps and it'll snap right on. I can help you if you'd like.
Cora, try to seduce him for a discount.
Go.
Well, we should play up. We're the heroes. We destroyed the demons with your equipment. You should claim that and give us a discount.
Or just seduce him.
And Chance
can roll-
needs to do
roll persuasion.
Persuasion. Yeah, where's Chance with his
All
persuasion?
seduction.
Yeah, this is my
Roll
first time.
seduction.
All right, go for it.
I'm a little young for. Actually, no. I'm about the right age for that. Anyway.
Let's see, that is an 18.
Well, killed an ancient demon, you say? I haven't heard about that. It's very impressive.
Really, it hasn't become news at this point? I really thought that the whole town would have known about the Hollandar and his demonic nature and how he tried to destroy half the population.
I keep to myself mostly. Don't get a first news right away like most people do around here. It's a bit strange being the odd one out most places I go, But I'm impressed. I've heard about you clearing out the lacrime mines. I haven't heard of this Metakiri.
Yes, it was a surprise to us all. But thankfully, because of your great work, we were able to triumph. So, discount, right? Wink, wink.
Now you're just buttering me up, but I'll accept it. I can give you the full set of plate, since you're clearly making actual use of it. And let's say 1,300 gold.
Did the plate come out as 1,500 then? Not
It
12?
was 1,500 normally. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Nirda, it's your purchase. Are you?
I mean,
pulling the
I
trigger?
have 240 gold to my name, so
I'm
it'd have to
okay
be a
with us
party
spending party
decision.
funds on this. I feel like the more defense we have, the better off I am with avoiding any sort of conflict.
Yeah, we never that 1,200. I don't think we ever distributed to the party. Am I
Yeah.
correct
no,
on
we
that?
didn't. Yeah.
Okay, so then we have 1,350 party gold.
Just enough.
Sure. Like I said, I have like 240 I could contribute. I kind of wanted to try to get another diamond, but we're gonna have more payment coming soon too.
Exactly.
First of all, is everyone okay with that use of money?
hmm
Absolutely. More reasons for Narrative to get hit and me not to.
Yeah, I'll do my best to defend you.
And you're turning in the chain, so you can take 10 gold off of
It's
that as
splint,
well. Oh, splint.
and it's very pretty.
So you can take 40 gold off of that. That'll be 1260.
Okay, so how much is coming out of party, Narada?
Just a flat 1,000, right? Because you said you had 260.
I have
that sounds
240.
good. So put 200 on it, and the rest comes the 1,000
Okay.
out of party gold. I'm fine with that, as long as everyone else is. Any objections? Okay, we're good.
1,260 total, right? So 1,060 on party, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
And then you can have a little bit left in your pocket.
Okay, good. We have 290 party gold, and I am very broke also. So.
Well, we're about to hopefully get some party cash.
You mean get ambushed? Yeah, I agree.
All right. Well, I'll put that armor on. If there's like a changing room or something.
Yeah, well, Thermo will help you fit it. You wear normal,
Nice.
like sort of normal clothes underneath it.
Yeah.
And it's not like, fancy wear or anything, but just like a jerkin and stuff underneath it. He helps you fit it. Really adept at this. It takes him like a minute or two per piece. So within 10 minutes, He's got your splint mail off and the other armor on. Yep. He's adept at dressing and undressing.
Ooh. Oh god. Womp womp.
Too much. All right, so yeah, is there anything else I can help you lovely people with?
No, I think we're good.
Right, and do remember Spark and Steel. Come back and visit.
We definitely will.
Look to hear more tales of your adventure. It's when you lift it, it's noticeably heavier than your previous glaive. You're not sure if that's because your other glaive is like chipped away material or this one is just made of sturdier stuff. But yeah, and it's a little more flexible too. As you like swing it, you feel it bend very subtly.
So sorry, I'm a noob. For the +1 weapons, is that only for to hit or is that to damage
It's to
as
hit
well?
and damage.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so you're gonna head over to the Lacrimatus Manor.
Yes, I believe
Hey,
so.
hold on. Can we just buy platinum rings from this guy? Does he sell platinum rings?
He doesn't
You could
have
trade
any
in your
platinum.
platinum.
He doesn't have any platinum goods. He's an armor weaponsmith. You could probably make platinum rings, but
We could stop by
swords
the
and
jewelry store on the way if you want.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that real quick.
You go to Song of the Metal. Was it Song of the Metal?
I'd like some platinum rings, please.
Aren't you the folk who bought platinum for me? From me.
Yes, you want the platinum back? I'll trade you for some rings. That's time to make it myself.
If I take the platinum back, I'll give you a set of rings for 5 gold.
That's fair. Thank you.
All right.
Done and done.
You want anything else in this shop?
I might be back later. We have
Alright,
some
well,
business to take care of first, unfortunately.
I'll be here. Tinking away on what looks like a little metal clasp for a necklace. You head on over to the Lacrimatus Manor. As you remember it, large, sprawling manor set atop this small stone bluff within town, raising it a good 5-10 feet above normal ground level for around here. There's a gate at the front and a stone wall all the way around. And when you approach the gate, there's sort of like a butlerish type guy there, sort of fancy dress. Yes, you must be that adventuring party. Shall I let Donatello know you are here?
Yes, please.
All right. One moment. Scurries off into the manor. Donatello comes out. The butler guy sort of stays at the door. Ah, yes. Your payment is in order. I have it here. Huge sack.
Mhm.
I do have a question or two for you, if you don't mind.
Questions cost extra.
You have a funny halfling with you.
I like to think we have 2 funny halflings with us.
Yes, of course.
I like to think together they make one person.
Oh no.
And a funny dwarf as well. Perhaps you can be jesters in my court while I'm king.
Yeah.
Anyway.
They're all laugh riots.
He's my favorite, and he points to Lost.
What can we
Anyway.
do for you?
You may have noticed that I often carry a blade with me, and as you can see, I no longer have it. You wouldn't happen to know anything about what happened to it, would you?
No, we have no idea.
Roll deception.
That's not.
Can I assist on that one by any chance?
Are you
I
proficient?
think Chance is gonna.
That's a plus 10 still. So
Are you proficient, Wagwin?
In deception, yes, I am.
Okay. Oh, really?
So with advantage,
So roll with advantage.
Oh,
unless you want to roll on your own.
No.
Apparently it's plus 10, so I want him to take care of
Yeah.
it.
well, I mean it's plus 7, but yeah. So
Oh, you got that one. So it's 3 plus 7 is 10?
yeah, so mine's 10.
Okay.
And I guess the higher of the two for me would be 18. It's 10 plus the 8.
Oh, well, you
Oh,
can't
you
roll with
actually-
advantage. It would just be one die.
Oh,
So
it would just
you
be one
gotta
die.
take
But she's
Okay.
actually.
But she can
it's
re-roll a 1,
Yeah.
so could she take the 10?
Oh, I see. Yeah, so 18.
Okay.
Nearly certain I know who took it. But
You
seem
think
to have
so?
a way to get it back.
We'd be happy to help you get it back for
Oh,
a price.
really? Would you know how to get it back? Do you know who
Well-
holds it?
No, but we can
But you do.
look around. I mean, we've been solving all the other problems in this town.
Roll persuasion. Also deception.
That would be 19.
Okay, roll deception as well.
Come on, high numbers. Yeah.
Also,
Oh.
also a 19. Yay, my charisma's coming in handy today.
I will surely take you up on that. Give me but a day to get things in order. Don't think we'll draft an official contract. This will have to be off the books.
Fair enough. Is there, in the meantime, is there anything you can tell us about the blade? I mean, we noticed you had it, but is there anything special about it?
It is of sentimental value to me. It's a strong blade. I use it to spar sometimes.
Any
It's-
magical properties that anyone would want it for?
Not that anyone would want it for.
Can we tell if he's lying?
Roll insight.
Can I help?
You're proficient?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ah, that rolled to the 21st. That's
19.
5.
Oh, sorry, 16.
16. He's being forthright with you. I mean, he doesn't want to like talk about it, but you don't get the sense that he's lying.
Is there anybody who you can think of that would want to take the blade from you?
To be honest, my sister and I often play tricks on each other. She started it, and going on for far too long. This is the height of pettiness, in my opinion. Believe she likely has it. She believes I feel naked without it. Silly notion.
When did your
Do
blade
I
go missing?
believe that
Yeah, how long have
this
you noticed
is just a family feud after hearing his side of the story?
Sure, roll.
Perhaps the demons gave her the idea after they
Not
killed
great.
her.
12.
12.
What is that?
11. Sorry, my mouth is so bad today.
Okay,
On what?
it's okay.
Was that insight?
Yeah, as insight.
I can't do that then. Okay.
When did the blade go missing?
It was 2 nights ago after the party.
After the party. Okay.
How much were you drinking?
Admittedly, I drank a bit, but
It was a party after all. I think we were all drinking a little bit.
not even enough to dull my senses, I believe.
All right, you didn't just misplace it by chance.
He just glowers at you. He's like, no.
Okay, well, I might have some additional questions for you, but we can wait until you have the contract written up.
Well, there won't be an official written
Or, excuse
contract.
me, when you're prepared to have an agreement with us. You said you needed some time.
Yes, of course. Nerida, you just totally believe him. He seems
Okay.
completely forthright. A little hard to read him. You're not used to dealing with nobility.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's lying.
I would like to ask him, do you know of any young elf maidens? And then I kind of describe, not super detailed, the one I saw in my vision.
Well, you can't describe her super detailed.
But just,
Just like height
young,
and build. Yeah.
tall, likes to read.
There are, as you know, there is elven nobility in town. The Mistopheles family, I believe. Do have a couple of daughters. Why do you ask, dwarf?
Well, an old, clan friend.
The clan of elves, you say?
Oh, no, they're friends of my clan. They're family.
Roll deception.
I trade good eye for minerals as far as elves go, anyway. Didn't do a very good job. Also didn't do a good job in person, but
It's fitting. So what's that total?
Oh, that's a 4.
Okay. Yes, the Mistopheles family, of course, they have an eye for minerals. Sure.
Thank you.
I believe the daughters' names are Lysandra and Alexina. Quite old now, perhaps in their 40s, 50s.
Alright, that's barely in their teenage years, as far as elves go.
It's
Why,
a
a dwarf in their 40s and 50s would be considered but a babe.
it's maybe like 20 or 25. Sure. Whatever you say, dwarf. Strange fellow. Anyway, I believe this is yours. He hands the sack over to whoever will take it. Whoever's in front of him.
I'll take it.
You run up and hold your arms out, and he places it in your hands. It probably weighs like 50 pounds. Just kind of into your hands.
I want to snap and hold up my hand for one of the coins. Just one.
I will hand you one of the coins.
And I rub my platinum ring on it. Like real
It's
obvious. To make sure it's legit.
Well, this whole time, Donatello is just doing strange fellows.
Better not be tin.
It's definitely not tin. As you rub the platinum ring on the platinum coin, they dent each other noticeably. Anything else?
No,
So, yeah, Donatello, when was the last time you had your sword then?
We already asked him that question.
I
Chad.
did, damn it.
As I said, it was at the party.
When should we come back to discuss that matter further?
I'm back, tomorrow evening. I have some business to tend to this evening.
Fair enough. And if you think it was your sister that may have done this, do you know where she would be?
She's often in her room. Don't keep track of her very well. She goes all about.
Okay.
Is her room also here in this building?
Yes, of course. I mean, she does have a separate residence in town as well. She hasn't been there for some time, a couple weeks.
All right. Well,
Because of a weird family, if you can't just ask for your sword back.
Well, wouldn't be much of
Doesn't
a
know
prank
she
if
has
she
it.
simply returned it. I, of course, asked her. What good does that do?
Heard that.
She denies it, of course. Suppose it will show up atop a large pole or buried in some well at some point.
well, we'll check all poles and wells as thoroughly as we can for you.
Yes, please do.
I think with that we can go.
It's a good day. See you in a day's time.
Agreed.
Looking forward to it.
Okay. As you're leaving, Nerida,
Mm-hmm.
here in your mind,
Oh.
disembodied voice. Oh, yes, Nerida, was it? This is, Teluria Delphi with the Spellcaster's Authority. Do you have a moment to talk now?
Yes, that's fine.
Yes, well, it seems that, there's been a significant amount of trouble on the road between, Thaura in the east all the way to the wall. As you may have heard, seem to be giants, perhaps, raiding caravans and making things very difficult to get supplies in and out from all the way from Green Hollow and beyond. Glad to hear you're still alive, first of all. I hope things have been have been relatively sedate compared to how they were in Thaura, but could you perhaps look into this for us? We could pay, of course.
Thank you for the well wishes. Unfortunately, things have been pretty rough out here as well. We can certainly look into it. What were you thinking as far as compensation goes?
Well, if you manage to track down the culprits and slay them, bring proof, like I said, they've been attacking official shipments of the Lothurian government. So, if you can bring back seals, they've stolen weaponry and armors. If you could bring those, at least some proof back, or all of it back, if you could return the shipments, that would be even better. I think for dispatching them, we could pay 3,500, and if you manage to return shipments, we can pay 5,000.
All right. I will check in with the rest of my party, but I believe that would be acceptable.
We should. Oh, can I? I can't hear. Never mind.
Nope, we cannot hear this.
Can't hear that.
I mean, I don't know how much I can talk to her back.
You feel like you could just have a conversation with her. The rest of your
Okay.
party's just looking at you like you're nuts because you're
Yeah,
just talking.
I just
You
have my
just-
hand up. Yeah, that's fine. They can think I'm nuts.
Please hold.
I'll say
Nerida,
Has-
you just stopped as we're walking out.
I
Are you
ignore,
okay?
I ignore Cora. Has the syndicate activity died down at all, or must we still be keeping an eye out?
You should still be keeping an eye out. We believe you're fairly safe. Things in Thaura have not calmed down.
Has anyone managed to figure out their cipher?
We do have people working on it. It may take some time. We don't have a lot of resources to devote to it, unfortunately.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, I'm sure we'll take care of this, but I'll let you know if anything changes.
All right. Are you able to get in touch with me?
I can cast sending. It'll be shorter than this, but I can at least get a message to you.
I can reopen the channel once you contact me.
Sounds good.
Right. Thank you.
Goodbye. Sorry, everyone. That was Teluria, actually, from Thaura. Hopefully you all remember her.
Yes.
She has a job for us. Apparently there's been a lot of upheaval on the roads. She wants us to look into it.
Didn't we
She'll
already?
pay...
Stinky, snooty person. I didn't like her much.
Well, she wants to pay 3,500 gold for looking into it, and 5,000 more if we can bring back any proof of shipments gone awry. So
I think we should do it.
Tracking down supplies. I'm still concerned about the syndicate and giants. There were giants in these hills that I wanted to find.
Well, you're in luck. It's actually giants is a part of the problem that she wants us to look into.
Oh, well then, yeah, let's do it. I have no problems in that case.
As
It
part of the
seems to align with my
negotiation,
interests.
You should have her include a license to cast magic or whatever that they have.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true. I could give her a call back.
Bring her up.
Hopefully.
Don't
But
forget
yeah,
the area code.
I think those terms are acceptable. Looks like we're about to be a little busy with odd jobs to take care of, though. Where are we right now? we left their manor, but
You're just
where
like
are
on
we
the
right now?
street.
We're just on the street, yeah.
Okay.
Walking and talking. We're headed toward the town hall. I think is where Nirida wanted to go next.
That is
Yeah.
true. Okay. But yeah, this and helping get the sword back from Donatel's sister should be a fun one.
Nirida, did I hear you mention the syndicate when you were talking?
Yes. When we first got together in Thaura, our first job involved the syndicate.
In what
Unfortunately, well, they needed us to get one of their contacts out of trouble. So we had to go in
From
and
the
get
syndicate.
her. Yeah, we were moving her from the syndicate. Unfortunately, they didn't take well to that. We're kind of on their shit list.
We
Also,
may
burnt
have
down the-
try
slightly
to kill
burnt
us.
down one of their betting parlors. Maybe.
More like
I'm-
blew up. But fair
I mean,
enough.
I assume that they know that's a hazard when they set fire traps literally everywhere. But, they can blame us if they want.
Do you think it's likely that we'll end up tangling with them on this particular mission?
Unfortunately, probably. They've already sent people to murder us once. Luckily, we
just
put an end to
generally,
them.
maybe not this mission specifically, but generally we need to keep an eye over our shoulder. They have tried to send people after us before, and while we escaped the city initially just because we didn't feel prepared to hold them off, I think we're better off now than we were then.
Great. Good to know. We'll see what happens.
Do you know anything about them?
I know not a tremendous amount, but I've had some difficult interactions with them previously. My uncle was not on their good side, and unfortunately, he ended up dead because of it. So,
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
thank you.
Was it that he was fighting against them, or he was part of them and they did not like him anymore? There was a separate of paths.
Well, it's a bit more complicated than that. Unfortunately, it wasn't really my uncle's fault at all. My father made some business decisions that were not wise, and we lived with my uncle, and they were unfortunately very similar physically. And my father got away, and my uncle did not. So I'm fine with meeting up with the syndicate again, if that's what happens, and I'll be more than happy to defend you guys against them, however we need to do that.
That's good to know.
What?
Thank you.
Well, your father left you. It doesn't sound like you care for him much.
No, I don't really know where he is, and that's totally fine.
I might be able to help you find him at some point.
You don't really need to. It's
Okay.
okay. I'm fine not knowing about him.
Well, let me
But
know if
thank
you change your mind.
The offer means a lot.
Sure.
Well, anyway, that was all I was wondering about. We can keep going.
All right. Well, we walk towards City Hall. I guess I am listening, but I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, I think as you head towards City Hall, we'll go ahead and take our 10-minute break. So we'll be back at 5:42.
5:42. All right.
All right,
Cool.
going to 10-minute break.
Iteration.
And we're back. So when we left off, we were on an
Everyone's favorite.
Everyone's favorite.
So we're
Of
gonna
course it plays that one.
jauntily march our way
I'm gonna skip the entire way down there.
to go
Alright.
to go figure out who this murdered girl that we have her skeleton.
Yep.
Oh, you just have her skeleton in your pack, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that what happened to it? Oh, my.
It is.
Yeah.
You know, Nerida,
Yeah.
you should ask her where she's from. Because do we even know that she's from this town?
I
You
can't
like-
do it for 10 more days.
Oh, okay.
You like slam the skull on the table at the library. Like, do you know this girl?
You recognize this 100-year-old skull?
Nope.
I was hoping maybe there was a ghost story about kids going missing, or maybe somebody had heard of her parents or something, but we'll see.
Okay, so you arrive at what is ostensibly, nominally, the town hall here in Brimshire. It's kind of like a ramshackle building made from stone, spackle, and like some wooded sections as well. It is a large building with like a bell tower and a bell within it. Coming through the front door, there's like sort of a meeting hall area. And you see small signs that say like, one says like records and one says administration,
Okay,
pointing opposite directions.
I guess I'll head to the records office.
Okay. Head to the right toward, like, following the sign that points to the records office. In this room, there are many bookshelves, sort of like, they are, how do I say it? They have their sides to you, so you can't see like the ends of the books or anything like that, but they appear to be sort of just like, stacked with tons of books and loose papers and all sorts of things. Sitting behind the desk is a gnome, a male gnome, with gray hair and like spectacles on, and he's smoking a pipe. And he looks pretty bored, although he's like looking over some paperwork.
Alright, I'll walk.
Hi!
Hello. Sorry to bother you. It might be a long shot, but I was looking for any records you had on a girl named Lauren Birch or her family.
Lauren Birch. I can't say I've heard that name before. Why are you asking about this?
She may have gone missing about 100 years ago, and we've happened to find her. I'd like to get her put to rest with the rest of her family.
100 years ago?
I know it's a long time.
But you found her? What do you mean you found her? You have a body? It's
Unfortunately,
gotta be
yes.
dust.
Still, I would like to give it the respect it deserves if I can.
It's a skeleton?
I know, consider me superstitious, I guess.
Are you sure you want to lead with exactly what we're doing? No, too late.
It's too late, I already made the choice.
Yeah.
So you got her skeleton with you.
Well, I didn't say that. We found her body.
Okay. That's all very exciting. Laura Birch, 100 years ago. I don't think I have any records from back then. Brimshire was founded 86 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
There were small collections of buildings around here back then, but mines hadn't even opened yet or anything. And it's not really a place you'd find many folk, you know?
Yeah. Well, if someone was here in the early days of the town, was there like a graveyard that they would have been buried in? Maybe the church was here to begin with?
Oh, the Temple of Selene, you mean?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's been here probably about 60, 70 years. I'd have to look it up exactly. Can't remember all this stuff in my old age, you see.
I understand.
Anyway, yeah, there's a graveyard behind the temple. I doubt you'll find a body that old out there, or a grave that old anyway.
One more thing. If someone ended up around here about 100 years ago, what's the next closest town? Where might they have been from?
Oh, they could have been from anywhere. Hydeton was just starting to be established. Thaura's been here hundreds of years. Sort of a holdout. I don't know where else they could have come from. Moontip is... There were elves there. This girl, do you know what race she was?
I mean, do I remember? I think...
She's human.
She's human. Alright, she would be human.
It was mostly elves in Moontip 100 years ago. She could have been from there. Unfortunately, there's just no way we have records of anyone like that back then.
I understand. Well, thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
If you happen to hear of any stories of girls going missing, let me know, I guess. We're staying at Jirashi's.
I'll keep an ear open. No one comes in here to tell me stories about missing girls, though.
Fair enough.
I hear from the town's guard occasionally on local crimes and, record those, but I think we've had any kidnappings other than the demons coming out of the Lacry mines recently. But I'll keep my eyes open and my ears open for you.
Thank you very much. That's all I can ask for.
Have a good day.
You too. Alright, I guess I'll head to the temple if everyone's okay with that.
We gotta go consecrate a body.
Let's go to the temple.
Alright, walk to the temple.
Go to temple.
This actually seems like a waste of our time. I really don't understand why we're doing this. I'd rather just keep moving, but I understand it's important to you, so...
Cora, when you find a body, you have to figure out where that body came from. Otherwise, you just lose a story of that body. Aren't you curious? Come on now.
Also,
I've seen plenty of death and decay in the wilderness, and unfortunately there just isn't time to really track up what happened to every single piece of flesh you come across.
It's true, and it might be overly sentimental of me, but I really feel sad about what's happened in this town and how things went down with Hollandar, and if I can do one small nice thing, I think it might help me feel a little better. She's been through something so terrible, and I know her spirit's gone now, but I feel like she deserves to be put to rest, and perhaps her parents were wondering what happened to her until the day they died.
Well, I know when it comes to family how important it is to lay your loved ones to rest. I appreciate that, but I don't think I'm very interested in going into the church. Religion hasn't done much for me in my life.
Well, you're free to...
protected you your entire life. How dare you?
Well, Alec, I understand Helm has shown you the way, but I've never had any divine revelations like that before.
Cora, gods have been helping us through our entire journey together.
God's been helping you. I've only depended on my own strength and wits.
No, buddy, don't you... Wait, we watched Helm close that gate, man.
Seal away the evil demon seed. And in the forest.
Demon seed.
Miliki led us to the right place. I mean, I'm not necessarily too far off from you, but you got to admit there's been a whole lot of divine intervention so far for us.
Indeed, but these clerics, again, they have asked their gods to represent them. I'm not saying the gods are not real, I just say they don't seem to hold much interest in me. And in the same way, I don't want to really mess with them. So I think while you guys go into the church, I'm just going to hang out outside.
That's fair enough. I mean, our dwarven friend might feel differently, but I don't really care what people believe. I was revived, and that's all I can ask for.
Helm protects you regardless of what you feel.
Although, now thinking about it, it might be a good idea for Need and Lost to also stay outside just to avoid any kind of weird tensions.
Fair enough. Hopefully this won't take too long. I doubt there's any leads in there either, but I feel like it's worth asking.
We'll get into some trouble out here as much as we can. Enjoy yourselves in the temple.
Well, I'll head inside.
So you come across, outside the temple, it's this large stone building. It looks almost like sandstone, perhaps. It's heavily worn. There are cracks in many of the larger columns that were clearly just one piece before. It looks very old. Above the door is a small statue of like a woman holding her hands out and cupped, looking down over people who come in through the doorway. And there's a small flame lit within her hands, and as the flame sort of wisps around, you swear it's like glowing different colors, like blues and greens, in addition to the just like normal sort of flame color. Heading inside, it's fairly stark. There are not even really like pews or anything. It's this large open room. At the far side, there's a small, like 2 or 3 stair raised platform and a small dais that looks like it may be used for worship. Standing over it, there's a large statue, again of a woman with her arms outstretched, and you feel like her face is just kind of emanating light and glowing throughout the temple. There are several like braziers lit throughout, and other just candle sconces on the walls, and there are also like large windows towards the top of the temple that are letting in quite a bit of daylight, lighting the room. There's one old woman in robes as you walk in. Welcome to the Temple of Selene.
Thank you so much.
Make an offering, have a prayer.
I have a specific question, unfortunately. I'm not sure if you would be able to help me, but this seems to be one of the oldest buildings in town. Long story short, we found the remains of a young girl who we believe resided in this town or nearby. We'd like to help her be put to rest. I was trying to track down where her family may be buried. Have you heard of Lorne Birch or the Birch family? It would have been about 100 years ago.
Let me think. I haven't heard of the Birches. Be an older family, you said.
Yes.
Well, you're right that this is an old building. The Temple of Selene has been here for 200 years. Watched over people as they began to settle. Fortunately, as you see, there's not much of a congregation left.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That is a shame. Selune is a servant of Helm. All should follow Helm and his servants.
Well, I don't think Selene is a servant of Helm, but it is a shame that the congregation has waned over the years. Consumed by industry and other things. Anyway, Lauren Birch, I can see if we have any records from that time.
That would be great.
Come and sit by the altar. Gestures over towards the altar at the far end of the room.
Very well. I'll go sit down.
Don't feel anything unusual as you walk through this space. Nothing really noticeable. It's
Okay.
peaceful and calm. You come and sit by the altar under the unusual light emanating from the Selene statue above. The woman shuffles off into some side room. Gonna be a bit before she comes back.
I guess I'll just sit and wait. I don't know. If you want to see what the others are doing outside.
Are you guys doing anything? You just want to go to a bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, that sounds like a good idea.
I'm performing outside. I was asking if my performance, my proficiency bonus is added to my roll.
If you're proficient in it.
I'm proficient in my instrument, but not in performance itself.
That just means you can play your instrument, but if you're not proficient in performance, like, that's a separate skill.
Okay. So I got a 7 sitting outside singing.
Okay.
Legendary
singing.
Deeds of our...
The dust is getting in your throat, and it's kind of like your lute is like not quite tuned. It sounds kind of strange. People are mostly passing you by. You think people are listening, but
Did I make a couple copper? No? Okay.
no one's impressed. No, you make no money at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, weird halfling. All muddy and dusty. What's going on? Okay, so after a while, the old priestess returns. I've found mention of the birches in a
Oh, good.
very, very old dome here in the temple. They resided near Brimshire. Well, wasn't Brimshire then. In the area. About 150 to 100 years ago. Was some calamity that struck their family and they disappeared almost overnight. I think any of them are even buried here. I've been through the yard several times. Well, hundreds of times. And
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing any headstones from them.
I mean, do you have any clue as to where they may have been put to rest?
She clasps her hands, closes her eyes. Looks like she may be kind of praying for guidance.
That was going to be my next move.
Takes a moment. Roll wisdom. Anyone who's watching. Alec, if you're watching too. And who else is in here?
+5, so
Walgwyn's in here.
22.
Walgwyn, are you in here too? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I am.
Yeah, go ahead and roll wisdom.
Okay.
Clerics are on top of it.
Yeah, we
Also
are.
22.
Thank goodness.
That is 8 for me.
Okay. So you and Alec swear you see like a faint glow sort of just fall gently onto her. Barely noticeable. Think
Can we like touch them and see if they're different feeling?
touch what?
Touch the bones, I guess. That's what it fell on, right?
No, it fell on the priestess. The
Oh.
bones are like in Nerida's pack, like not visible. The priestess opens her eyes. There is great torment for their souls. I can't understand them. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Don't know where their earthly remains might be.
Well, thank you for trying. It's unfortunate to hear they're in distress, but perhaps we can help them somehow along our journey.
You have the remains. Any remains you'd like to lay to rest, we can do it in the yard here.
Very well. And I'll open my bag and hand her a skeleton.
Oh!
I'm sorry, I know this
Bag of
is
bones.
unceremonious of me, but...
You put them in a bag first, right? No, it's just
Yeah.
bags in your bone. You have to like
Yes.
shuffle through and find.
Like,
Oh,
here's
there's
the femur, here's the radius,
No, I
here's
wrapped
the
him
ulna.
up.
It's connected to the. Make sure you get them all.
Strange that you're just carrying these. Well, anyway, you're welcome to stay here in the temple anytime, of course.
You should hold on to the pinky bone just so that we can talk to him later again. Just in
Well,
case.
we'd have to have the skull, I believe.
No, the skull.
You'd have to have the skull and the jawbone, the mandible.
Yeah.
If we keep the hand, can it speak sign language?
No. Okay. I'll see.
What
that
about
this
thieves
is,
can't? You know, we know thieves can't, right?
I'll see that this is interred in the yard.
Thank you so much.
Who is this?
Lorna Birch.
Lauren Birch. Okay, I'll try to remember.
I can write it down for you.
Just quickly take out a scrawl and scribble it for her.
Yeah.
It's like holding the weight of the sack, peeking out from behind it. Thank you. Selene, bless you this day and all the rest.
And you. Thank you.
Carries it off into a back room. Temple is empty and silent.
I'll put a gold on the offering table and then leave.
Okay. Logwin and Alec, you're just heading out as well.
Oh, yeah, I gotta put 10 gold on the offering table. I'll put one of
Okay.
those platinum. Because, this is a servant of Helm.
Right,
Do it up right, you know what I mean?
obviously. Okay, you head back out.
Yeah, I'm
into
surprised you're not like yelling at everyone. Helm is the only true god.
You did a little bit.
Everyone in here,
You head back out into the dusty sun of Brimshire. And you see a bar across the street where Lost and Chance are drinking. Like having
And
a
me
drinking
singing
competition.
poorly right in front.
Yeah.
Oh, are you guys doing another drinking game with people? Is Chance running another game?
Oh no, it is far too entertaining watching you fail.
Oh, okay. So you're just sitting in the bar watching me across the street singing and trying to get money.
Of course, that's our second favorite pastime.
Oh, great. Well, I'm going to turn us into legendary adventurers. If I keep singing about our deeds, eventually people will. Anyway, continue.
Well, I assume there's not many people around besides us outside the temple. But I'll ask Alik, so how much money do we have now?
we got 4,000, so we gotta split that amongst us.
Minus a platinum.
Well, that was mine, so.
Oh, okay. From your pocket.
So 4,000 gold. I forget what we were doing. 15% each, I think.
I think so.
1040? How many do we have? 6 of us?
There's 6, yeah. So 10% each and then 40 to party gold.
Yeah, that's what we were doing.
Sure.
Everyone gets 400 gold,
Let's just make it easy.
and the party gets 1,600.
Right.
Okay.
Nerida, you hear again in your head. Nerida, it's Teluria.
Oh, yes, hello.
Oh, so are you still in Moontip?
No, actually, we're in Brimshire, so not too far, but
Oh,
not in town.
oh, perfect. There's a caravan headed out to the Green Hollow that should be passing by Brimshire soon. Can you meet it on the road, maybe?
We could do that. What time would we need to be there?
What time?
Just sometime today. I would get there as soon as you can.
Okay, and before you go, we were wondering if maybe we could include some kind of magic, the ability to cast magic, a contract,
A writ.
Oh yes, yeah, yes, of course. We'll make you. We'll give you an official license.
Thank you very much.
I've already done some good work. I've heard back from my brother, who I think you've met. I sent you to him, in fact, in Moontip.
Oh yes, we had a grand time with Tevin.
Yes. On a personal note, thank you so much for working with him.
Oh sure. Well, yeah, we'll go meet this caravan and let you know how it goes.
All right. Yes. You know how to contact me? Keep me informed, please.
Will do. Bye.
Goodbye.
Well, friends, seems like work's been moved up to today.
We've got to go visit those elven household first, though.
Okay.
If there's time.
There should be. What time of day is it? Should be pretty early, right?
It's getting to be maybe afternoon at this point.
Oh, okay.
We've been out for quite a while, like traveling around the town and
Yeah.
talking.
And I'd still like to convince the miners to open up a co-op mine.
I mean, it seemed like they needed a few days to sort through things and come up with what they have, what's still left standing. So I don't think that's pressing for today. The caravan is passing through now, and we need to stop them, so anytime today, but it needs to be done today.
We need to stop them or join them? I thought it was just join them.
We need to meet up with them.
Meet up with them, yeah. Well, that's all right. I can quickly run. Now that we've divvied up that gold, I think I will just stop by the mining camp and give them some funds to continue at least. And later you can check in with Ascending and see how they're doing.
Do we have time for you to swing back by Jirashi's and see if Thrasha and Stockleys has come by to get more info from me?
Yeah, you can go by. You have time.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cora runs over to the western camp. It's like half desolate at this point. Many people have left, picked up their tents. Lots of fires put out, little, fire pits just left on the ground. You go in the tent, and
oh, so desolate.
Harry Wint and George are there, and you give them some money. I don't know how much you want to give them.
300 gold.
Okay.
About gold piece is what I understand is a day's worth of labor. So I figure 300 should be about a month for 10 people or so to mine for them.
Or a miner would be like a silver a day, right?
So yeah, 300 would be plenty to keep them afloat.
I mean, it depends. Probably not. You also need some specialists. They're getting their blasting powder from somewhere. So if they need to blast further in the cavern, or you need prospectors, you need people to explore, you need guards. So you potentially need weaponry. You also have to buy all sorts of equipment, right? There are hand drills and pickaxes and carts.
Well, I'm not starting from scratch, right? There's enough stuff here that they can mine successfully. They just really need to pay the people, essentially, right?
But again, a day's labor is 1 gold. So, but they'll gladly accept 300 gold from you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they would accept anything, but
yeah,
300 gold investment, right?
Investment, yeah. I mean, if it doesn't pan out, if they don't get it, so I go up to Harry. Harry, I So I want to invest 300 gold in your operation. I understand that you don't feel like you can make it happen, but I really, after having fought side by side with the people and sang songs and seen how poorly the Lacrimatus treat you, I really would like to make sure that this is a successful prospect. So I'm going to invest 300 gold with you, and our cleric, Mirida, will reach out to you and communicate in a few days and see how you're doing.
Well, I mean, we would appreciate the funds, but what you mean investment? What are you expecting to get back from us, or what? I'm not ready to handle any kind of investment. You see.
I'm not expecting too much, just a possible portion of your profits going forward if it does end up working out, a small portion. Or perhaps you will allow us to take raw materials if need be.
Well, he sort of looks over his right at George. George's like, without a contract, there'd be nothing solid. I don't know if I can make a deal where you just come and take what you like later. It has to
again, no
be
more
decided
than
upon up front.
10% at any time. I would not expect to take more than you guys could give. I want to help. I would like to help the people of this town. As I've seen and as I've said, it seems like, unfortunately, the Lacrimatus family is taking advantage of the miners, and I just can't stand for it anymore. So really, this is just to help the people. I would love to get a benefit from that if you would like to pay me, and we can work out something that will ensure that it is not going to break the bank, so to speak. Make sure that you guys can keep operating.
Well, I can consider this a donation for now, but we will of course remember your generosity and all that you've done for us, and we can be of assistance in the future with whatever materials the mine might bring. But I saying 10%. I don't know what that means yet. So
fair enough. As long as I have you and George, or whoever your leadership is at this point, write a
George
promise.
just like shrugs. He's like, we don't know what the hell's going on.
I don't know what's that. That you will look favorably upon this exchange and try to help me and my party out in the future. Then certainly, I can donate.
You want a written promise? I don't.
No, just that I have given this donation and that it is recognized as something that has been, again, I just want to make sure that it is not overlooked in the future. That we
of course. All the workers will know. We keep open books here. Everyone will know.
Okay. Well, as long as I have your guarantee of such, then here is your donation of 300 gold.
Thank you, Cora, and good luck to you.
You as well. I've also put in word with, and I don't remember the tavern keeper's name, to Tharashi to help find staff and help with any problems. While she is hesitant to go directly against the Lacrimates, she will try her best to ensure to seek out help for you. So please, go talk to her and mention my name.
I'll do that. We are going to reach out to people in town. I think. Right, George. Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
We've got to get back to work, Cora. There's so much to do here.
Certainly. Well, I appreciate you allowing me to try to help you maintain this mining operation. Hopefully everything works out, and the best of luck to you.
Yes, you too.
Okay, I'm all done.
What was the other thing someone wanted to do? Oh,
I wanted
Baldwin.
to see if Thrasha stopped by Jirashi's to talk.
Swing by Jirashi's, but Jirashi tells you that Thrasha hasn't been by.
All right. Well, thanks anyway.
Do you want to leave word? Because we're about to leave town.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Jirashi, we're gonna head out to check in on some stuff that's happening right out of town. If anyone does come by, can you just let them know that we'll get back to them as soon as we're back in town?
Yeah, of course. Should I keep your rooms warm for you?
What do you guys think?
Well, we're not with you. But,
right.
Meta, no. We're about to go, try to figure out this giant in the caravans. We're about to head out. We're probably not going to be coming back very soon, necessarily.
Okay. You know what? Feel free to lend them out as you need to. We'll check back in once we're back.
All right, we'll be sad to see you go, but yes, I'll tell anyone who comes looking for you what you said.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Right. Good luck on the road.
Thank you.
Did you want to accompany me to the? I'm sorry. What is the name of these Elven people's house? Isn't it someone that
The Mistopheles?
It's the
Mistopheles
You don't actually know where their manor is in town.
Where's the Mistopheles manor? That's the bar guy.
Okay, so Jirashi can give you directions to the Mistopheles manor.
cool.
There doesn't seem to be anyone at the gate.
Knock, knock, knock.
Bang on the gate.
Hello. Hello.
Is the gate locked?
If you try to open it, it appears to be locked. There's rather than having a stone, wall around the outside here, it's more of a wooden fence around the outside, but the gate is metal at the front.
Really the slats aren't big enough for our halflings to
squeeze through. No, it's solid.
Can I pick the lock?
You could certainly try to pick the lock.
Well,
do you want to
do we want to pick the lock, or do we want to keep trying to get them to come out? Because I'm willing to pick the lock, but I don't want to get the rest of us.
Immediately going to criminal activity seems to not be a good thing to do in this.
To get on good terms with these people.
Yeah, well,
we found the gate unlocked.
Well, when you know these people, don't you?
Well, yeah, that's a good point. It probably wouldn't reflect too well on.
While you guys are talking about this
house.
and sort of contemplating it, a woman does come out, sort of finely dressed, human woman. Hello, can I help you?
Yeah, hi. We were actually wondering if it might be possible to come in and speak to Thrasha Mistopheles. My name is Welgwyn Woodbarrel, and we had business previously, and I was just looking to get in contact with him.
Miss Woodbarrel, we were not expecting you. Unfortunately, Mr. Mistopheles is not here at the moment.
Well, do you know when he'll be back?
He is on an errand. I don't believe we have a timeline, unfortunately.
Well, I suppose we can check back in next time we're in town, but one of my companions here also had some questions about some of the young ladies in the Mistopheles house. Alik, do you want to?
Yes, I was wondering if any of the other Mistopheles residents were home. They and my clan, we go way back. I would love to
roll deception.
Say, my greetings to them.
Can I help him with that one?
No, you can't.
I know your clan. What clan is that?
That is
Don't mind me asking.
the House of Har, of the Northern Dwarfs that I don't have a name for.
Sure.
Well,
Unfortunately, we're not taking any visitors today. Perhaps another time.
but I assure you that it would be quite.
We
thrilled.
received a note from Welgwyn, I believe, earlier.
Yes, I sent over a note.
Yes, I will make sure that that's delivered to Thrusha. But I cannot do that until he returns.
Well, I appreciate it. By the way, how are the young ladies of the household doing? It's been such a long time since I got to see the full Mephistopheles crew, and I just, have a soft spot in my heart for them.
They're quite well. They're here, with their father on business. They're not overly fond of Brimshire, I'd say, but they do well in the town.
Cool. Do I know anything that Alik? Would I know any of the stuff that he knew about the girl in his vision, or is that all?
I would have
Nope.
told all of them. Yeah.
Oh, you would have told them. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Cool.
You know the Mephistopheles family a bit, and this girl sounds like it might be younger than the daughters.
It's just the two daughters, or are there any younger girls now? I know that families just get bigger and bigger.
Well, now
That was not subtle at all.
this is a strange line of questioning. I'm afraid at this point I will insist that you get an appointment or have the Lord send for you.
Of course.
Can we
I'm
make
sorry
an
for
appointment?
wasting your time with my my questions. I assume that Thrasha will reach out to me once he's back and available.
Yes, we'll send for you.
Wonderful.
assuming
Well,
he
we're
has
about
need
to
for
leave.
you.
Well, great. We are about to leave town, but I've left word at Jirashi's if he gets back before we do. So,
All right. I'll
Thank
keep
you
that in
so
mind.
much.
Thank you.
all right.
He heads back into the house.
I just mumble. I wonder if the gate's made of tin. Walk away. I know you had some pretty young ones, but do you have any younger ones?
God.
You just need to send Chance and I looking.
Young
all-
girls like to read.
We already got rid of the
Like to
corpse of the young
desecrate
girl
corpses?
that we did have. Do you have any new living young girls?
Well,
Alive ones this time, please.
even if they don't, we can make a corpse. I mean,
Oh.
Human is a corpse waiting to happen.
Oh no.
We are all corpses waiting to happen.
That's how I view the party.
Oh no.
That's how I
don't know.
well,
I don't know how I feel about our DM saying that, but anyway.
Yeah. What were we? Alik, what were we trying to achieve there?
Yeah, so I saw an elven lady in my vision, and Helm was like, "You're responsible for this," and I'm like, "Did I cause this, or do I have to save people from this?" And he said, "Yes." So both.
Maybe.
And so I was just following. We didn't really get any other information than that, so I was following leads. There's an elven family that lives here, the Mephistopheles, but that's the only one. So we were hoping to see if they had any information. The only thing we have is that it's a young...
Even though technically, retroactively, Welgwyn did not recognize the description you gave.
That's true. But yeah, it would be a
Technically,
younger
but anyway.
elf, younger than any of Mephistopheles' children should have been. But you know, they're elves, and I don't know, maybe they stick together like halflings do. Y'all all know each other, right?
That's racist. You gotta stop.
Just
you gotta
like
stop saying that.
Just like you dwarves, correct?
Yeah, I know, like, most of
All
them.
the dwarves. So that's why you have all your names together. Oh, anyway.
Great.
There's a lot of implied incest in that statement.
Well, I guess that didn't really yield much of anything. So, yeah. What are we looking to do?
We should go meet that caravan.
Yeah, that's the next step.
Let's go make
Okay.
some
Smash
money.
some
You
giants.
know, I have to be back in town tomorrow afternoon to meet with Donatella.
Okay.
You might want to cancel that because we're finding giants, which is what I
Maybe-
wanted to do the whole time.
Maybe we can leave a note and speak with him via sending.
Oh yes, we can do that if it comes down to it.
Fair
I'm
enough.
not sure we're immediately going to be thrust into a massive battle, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that it should be theoretically a quick job, but we don't really know what he's offering to pay.
Oh, his job, yeah.
Yes.
Well, what, we just tell him his sister took it, and he's right, and we're done, right? We know, which we know because we
Not exactly
sold it
looking
to
to
her.
show my hand exactly how we know that, but fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're heading towards the caravan then.
Well, you just bring Chance with you. He'll smooth talk everything. It'll be
Yeah, don't worry. Even if I say stupid stuff, everybody listens.
Yeah, I too have a little charisma to play with. So
I mean, we could just tell him that one of us knows how to scry or locate object and that we totally saw her with it.
fair enough. Okay. Well then, yeah, I guess. How far out of town is this caravan that we're going to?
On the main road, so we're headed down, like on the map. Let's see. Let me actually look at the map. I assume. I guess I should let Hayden talk. Never mind. Hayden.
I mean, it looks like the party is floating off of the map to me right now.
Right there.
Yeah, there's no portion of.
Oh, it's in Green's hidden zone.
Ah,
Oh, is it?
Probably because I don't see it either.
Yeah.
One second here. Why hide
Just
the
enough.
map, Baggy?
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
So much better.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well,
And we said each cube is an hour's worth of travel.
It's 1 mile, and you can travel, I think, 23 miles a day.
But we're
Like, that's
following
like
the
8 hours of
caravan
travel.
until it gets attacked, essentially, or until something
Well, you
happens.
haven't encountered the caravan yet.
Yeah, but I thought
Yeah.
we were supposed to meet up with the caravan
Yeah,
and talk
And then
to
keep
them.
them safe from giants.
Okay.
That's an assumption, but probably correct.
Oh, okay.
fair enough.
I guess that is
Then,
an
yeah.
assumption. All right.
Let's head that direction then.
Okay. You head out of town, you pass this farm that you passed on your way in. It's rather peaceful and serene. Very different from the sort of sullen, contentious atmosphere that you're leaving Brimshire in. Many of the denizens are mad at the Lacrimatus family, upset by being betrayed by Hollandar. Perhaps even upset at Isolene for hiding him for so long. Make your way down here to the crossroads. You're sort of just watching for the caravan. There are some people passing, small groups of people with little wagons and things like that. But nothing that looks like a large imperial caravan from Thaura. How long do you want to wait?
Until it shows up. Even if
Did
I
we
have to
miss
make
it?
camp out here.
I think we should head down the road towards Thaura and meet it.
Okay, we could try that too.
Well, if it's already passed, then that's not going to end up well. But
If it's already passed, we'll never see it if we wait here.
yeah, so waiting here is definitely not the right thing to do. I agree with that. But past that, I don't know which way we should go or how we should handle that. I can track them. Oh. Can I? So I want to use survival. Roll survival on the road. Do I see a large caravan having like tracks? I assume with survival, I could probably tell if a larger than normal group of people, especially like an imperial force that has soldiers and horses and carriages.
Right.
And 15 plus 20.
So you find the tracks of, several wagons, lots of like footprints and stuff like that. You don't find evidence of any horses having passed today at all.
Okay, then yeah, I'm sure I'm happy to walk toward Thaura and try to encounter them. It
Sounds
doesn't
good.
seem like they've passed by here yet.
Okay,
Bless
so
you.
the party starts heading southwest towards Thaura. It's getting towards evening at this point.
I guess I'll
Random
keep an eye
encounter
out
check.
for threats along the road
Okay.
or in the distance. You
I
know.
mean, how careful do you guys want to be? You want me to cast past Trace?
We come up on the caravan, they don't notice us until we're right there.
Yep.
Hey.
Hello, we're here.
I
to
mean, I
protect you by
assume she would have
surprise.
asked us to meet them between Brimshire and Thaura because she's not expecting them to be hit at that point.
Fair enough. I hope you're right.
Okay. So you're just sort of walking normally down the road.
Yeah,
Seems like it.
Surprise, we're
but I'm
protected.
keeping
Yeah.
an eye out for anything.
Roll perception, and it's getting dark. It's like
Okay.
7 at this point, 7 or 8.
Are we all?
I'll
rolling?
do my
Approaching
best.
nightfall.
I will assist with that, I guess.
10.
Are we
I'm
all rolling
assisting.
or just Amma?
Are we rolling individually?
No. It's got to be like one roll. If someone has proficiency, they can
Then
assist.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm
assist
assisting.
Amma.
Yeah. I've said that already.
I think Cora's assisting.
18.
As long as
Okay.
Okay. So it's very dark, but just off the road, sort of on the right side of the road, should be the north side. As you're coming up, you see maybe 60, 70 feet in front of you what looks like some kind of wreckage. Looks very familiar. It's a very familiar scene. As you came back from Moontip towards Brimshire, it looks very similar. Looks
Can
like
I tell if
perhaps-
it's that green, I forget the name unfortunately, caravan that she asked us to look for? And she gave me you gave me a name. Like the Green Gables or something is what I want to say, but...
they're headed towards Green Hollow,
Okay,
but
sorry.
it's just an official caravan.
Okay. Well, is there
Do
any
we see any,
indication
like,
that this might
official
be,
banner?
You can't tell from here. It also looks like there may be bodies on the ground.
Shall I cast past Trace now?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I want to sneak up on that.
Fair enough. I will cast that.
Okay.
Oh, good friend Lost, I am concerned that we may be walking into an ambush. Would you please make the rest of the group pass silently so that Welgun and I can sneak up without problems?
Of course. Shall we split up much in the same way we did the last caravan that we found wrecked?
Sounds good. I'll stay here.
Sure. So last time
Amma
I...
are on the road. Is that what's going on?
Last time I believe it was Cora who went.
I went
ahead.
with someone else who was also stealthy. So Welgwyn and I, whoever feels like they can be stealthy enough to search the wreckage without a problem. Did you intend for us to circle around to the other side, to the far side? As we didn't really do the far side, but it was kind of like a pincher maneuver.
Yeah,
I came
think
at it from both sides.
that strategy worked well for us previously. I think it might be worthwhile to do again. Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine with me.
If we want to divide further with somebody walking down the road as bait, that we could always do that as well. So
Ooh, I'd love to be bait.
You should take Alik with you.
Chance can be bait with me. I got him. I got my platinum rings now. So.
okay, so
Okay.
Narada and I will go to one side. Chance and Alik, you go down the road.
I probably shouldn't sneak up on this group.
Well, you'll have passed without a trace if you're with.
I mean, all right. I
What's
don't feel comfortable, but I'll do my best.
Okay, so Alec and Chance are in the middle of the road, yeah? Just
Yeah.
walking into the caravan?
Yeah.
Platinum ring.
But they're gonna give us a few minutes to all get set up before we.
Okay.
Give us 5 minutes. We should be in position by then, and then you can start walking down the road.
You have 75 seconds.
The previous ambushers were not hiding that far off the road.
Yeah,
So,
synchronize your watches.
yeah.
And we will try to alert you if there's any trouble where you should not proceed directly in.
Yeah, we will make
Our
this
different
happen.
groups will holler.
Okay, so Cora and Welgwyn are moving around to the far side of the
Yes.
wreck,
Basically, yeah.
and you're moving on like the south side of the road.
Basically, so we're moving on to the south side of the road. Nirda and Lost are moving
Lost are
off
hanging
the
back.
road. No, they're moving. I thought you guys were moving off the road, so we're going to approach it from 3 different directions.
Yeah.
So, like, they're off to the right, we're off on the other side of the road, and Alik and Chance are together, just walking straight into it.
I'm going to cast Warding Bond on Chance as surreptitiously as possible.
Okay. It's definitely like loudish, especially if you're getting close to the broken down caravan at that point, to the wreckage.
I mean, I'd feel more comfortable switching roles with Chance, but it's up to all of you.
Well, that's up to you and Chance in that case.
I mean, I could be a little sneaky, but also at the same. I mean, I feel like when you come
You'll
up,
be fine.
yeah,
I think
I
it's
got it.
it's
Alright,
decided.
let's just go. Yeah, let's just go.
All right, so Nerida and Lost get to roll stealth with, well, Nerida doesn't get advantage, but she doesn't get disadvantage. Lost gets advantage.
Oh, okay.
Or
Why
sorry,
do I
not
get-
advantage. You get disadvantage, but you get plus 10. That's right.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Lost just gets normal advantage, plus 10.
18.
And Welgwyn, yeah.
There we go. I'm
And
super
Cora.
stealthy.
Lost fades into the night.
19.
And Nerida, you're having trouble seeing him even.
Nice.
That is 20 for me.
Hey. All right. So you easily, quickly, quietly make your way around to the far side of the wreckage.
Sorry, I'm more stealthy than our thief, apparently.
No, she got 20.
Anyway. No, our modifiers. My stealth is better generally than hers.
Oh yeah. Well, you're a
Oh,
ranger.
weird.
Yeah, but still.
I think. Anyway. Yeah. So Alik and Chance, you're just waltzing right up to the wreckage there.
I'm gonna let Alik take the first few steps.
Yeah, I'll just be like 5 feet in front of him. You want to be close?
Well, so before they walk up, the scouting parties are kind of scouting around. Do we see anything that would make us say, don't go?
Okay. Around the south side, roll perception.
All of us,
then-
or
No. Just Cora.
okay.
Well, yeah, I would think that...
But I should roll 2, right?
Well, Nirida, all of us
Do you
except for
have-
Chance and
Yeah,
Alik should roll, because we're kind of scouting
Oh,
things
you're
out.
all going around the south
we're
side?
all going on
Not the same
different sides.
sides. Yeah. So, like,
Lost and I are
Okay.
together.
Off the
Cora
road.
and Welgwyn are together on opposite
the
sides
other
going around
side.
the car.
Okay. All right. So, what's that total, Cora?
Oh, sorry. What did I get?
And then either Lost or Nerida can roll
15.
perception
So, with
as well.
perception...
In this
20.
delight, would I be able to?
Would be, yeah, it'd be a higher DC for you.
Okay. I don't know. Do you want to, Lost, or should I? I whispered to him.
You already rolled.
I rolled.
He already rolled. Okay.
And that would be. That's a 9. That's not great.
Okay, so it's kind of dark. This side of the road, the north side of the road, has sort of more foliage, and you're focusing really hard on like being stealthy and keeping your concentration on the spell, and not as perceptive as you could be. But you sort of reach like the north side of the road of the cart. You're maybe 40 feet away without incident. You can see the cart just fine. Now it's dark enough that Nerida, you can only see like a vague silhouette and
Okay.
barely tell what's there. Same thing for you two on the far. So Cora and Welgwyn.
20.
Yeah, you don't notice
Okay.
anything on your way
Okay.
over. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Cool.
And because
Alright,
neither
guys.
of you have dark vision, it's very difficult
Oh,
to see the
I
cart
cast
as well.
dark vision. I have dark vision. I
Okay,
have
if
the
you're
spell.
gonna cast
Sorry.
it, let's see. Does it have a verbal component?
That I do not know.
Dark vision. It's a good spell. to
Oh
have,
no, Sorry, that's my other character. That's my other game. No, I got it. I just didn't write it down, and I sent it to you because I added it to my character.
I see. Yeah, it does have a verbal component, so it won't be quiet if you cast it.
But am I far enough from the caravan that it's not gonna I don't know. Okay, I'm
You're
gonna cast
like
it anyway.
30 feet. Like, if there's something at the caravan, it's likely to hear you.
To possibly hear it. So I'm gonna
it's
kind
a
of
quiet night. You know, anything will stick out.
yeah.
If you were like
I'm gonna-
on a city street or something, they probably wouldn't notice you. But
well, like I have to chant. Like, can't I just put my hands over my mouth and put a bag
Nope.
over my
You
head?
have to say it at normal
Go down
speaking
to the
volume.
grave. Okay. So I'm going to go over to Welgwyn because it's so dark. My ranger skills, I feel like I can pierce this darkness, but it requires me to beseech the spirits of nature. Do you feel like it's worthwhile for me to do so, or would you rather keep us the advantage of being hidden?
I feel like it might work in our advantage to be hidden. There's a good chance that there might be something in there that we're not seeing, but I'd rather it also not know that we're here if that's possible.
All right, well, I'll follow your lead in this case and just hunker down.
With the sagacious rogue advice from the rogue, you decide better. You decide against it. But yeah, it is very difficult to see the wreckage at all for you guys. Alec and Chance are just approaching it normally. Chance, you can see pretty well. I mean, your dark vision doesn't have color, but you can see what looks like wreckage. It looks... You sort of notice now that towards the front yoke of one of the carts, there is a large boulder resting atop the corpse of a horse. The other yoke is just completely smashed. There are two carts, basically, like large carts of the caravan. And the carts are just, like, pretty smashed. Not... Well, you
Hope the guards are around.
Okay, so you get close enough that Alec can't... You can actually see the bodies as well. Do you have dark vision as a dwarf?
I do.
Okay, so you can see the same thing. Yeah, there are two large carts. There doesn't appear to be anything in either of them. And there are 3 corpses on the ground, humanoid corpses, and there's a horse crushed by a large boulder.
Mm.
What are you doing?
Just like, looking around, seeing if there's any survivors, any...
Yeah, I want
I wonder
to.
if anyone lived through this. Oh my goodness. Putting on my best tourist voice. Or like, I don't know. Defenseless merchant voice.
Let's see if they left any supplies over here, and just like start rummaging through the wreckage.
Too bad I'm not a helm worshiper and could have protection against such things.
Oh, boy, I should have prayed to Helm before we left. This is
Okay.
some scary stuff.
So roll investigation if you want to like search through.
I'm searching for survivors.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Roll medic, so that would be medicine then on the corpses.
I wanted to search for treasure,
Period
and
corpses.
not doing a lot with that.
Okay. The carts are just barren. You don't find anything on them at all. What's that? What's your medicine?
I don't know. It's mine now. Mine's plus
Minus 10.
3.
Oh, okay. 21.
22. That's how math works.
Plus
Oh, wait,
3?
no. 21. That's how math works. I read the 19 and I was like,
Yeah, I know what happened. So
Try and give
Inspecting-
yourself one more point.
Inspecting the corpses is difficult in the dark, but it's not that hard to tell what happened to them. They are just crushed. Some of them have limbs torn off. It looks like you find like they're not wearing any armor or anything. You find like imprints of chain or like where plate may have impacted them as they were just being crushed. There like is bruising around the shoulders on two of them, and on the third one there's like a deep imprint of what looks like chainmail across the back. Like I said, a couple of them are missing limbs, but they're utterly disarmed. There's no armor or weapons or anything.
I want to light a torch.
All right.
Oh, these poor fools weren't even wearing armor. Didn't have any guards with them. That's bad sense. You went on a caravan.
It's a little intense, but
chance I tell him.
You lit the world's largest torch just now.
The Olympic torch, the brazier at the Olympics was, and the cart burst into flame. No, so you light a torch, lights up the area considerably. The halflings can now see the scene. You see roughly whatever everyone saw as well. Nerida, you can see a lot better now too.
Okay.
I guess I want to look around on our side of the road. I mean, the last group was dumb.
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception. You're looking out into the night.
Yep. That's a 17.
Pretty good. Looking around, you don't see any like humanoid figures or large figures or anything like that. It looks like there may be some kind of tracks leading away from the wreckage.
Can I use... Let's see, I think I'm proficient.
Can I help you survival as well, since I'm proficient?
Yeah.
Yep.
I am proficient in survival. Cool. Yeah, so I would like to...
Nice!
Check out the tracks.
To check out the tracks, see how fresh they are.
Alright.
Should I roll, or am I giving lots of advantage? Okay.
Looks like you took advantage.
But it's a 10 then.
Oof.
Okay. The tracks are probably from today, maybe yesterday. It's a little hard to tell. And you can't really tell what it was. Some of, like, you see a couple of large, what may be footprints. They're like, it looks like maybe something was dragged. It's hard to tell what.
Cool.
I want to interrupt everything because I just got some pretty exciting news. We just got a house.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Congrats.
congratulations.
Offer and everything. I don't know why we're finding out right now, but it's great. We're really
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cool. Well then, I'm gonna break up all of our stealthiness, and I'll be like, "Hey guys, there's some tracks leading leading away from the road over here."
That's okay. I was going to say, as soon as like the torches and they're searching and we see the torches kind of moving around, I think we would also start heading in.
So they should be calling attention to themselves, but that's fine.
Yeah, but like they searched the entire area, which would take, or you searched the entire area, which would take a decent amount of time. So at that point, since nothing would be ambushed, I think we would start heading in.
Yeah.
If we see the torches going around, we see guys moving and searching.
You don't understand how scared of gelatinous cubes I am still.
Hey,
while Gwen and I move in,
Like walking slowly everywhere.
I'm gonna shout to Cora. I say, Cora, I think I need your more precise ranger eyes looking at these tracks.
okay.
Since I
Also,
Specialize.
I'll move over. If they are giant tracks, I get a big bonus for that. I get like double my intelligence.
And you're in your preferred terrain, right?
Yeah,
It's like plains and mountain is your preferred terrain?
forest and mountains.
Oh, okay. You're not in your preferred terrain then. But you
I don't think I can take plains as a, like, there's no general area. It's all very specific. So
Oh, okay. It was like plains. Anyway, yeah, you can roll
I bet.
survival on them. Like, the only reason I'm allowing you to roll is because you like specialize in this. I assume Chance like brings the torch over. so that you can see.
But that's okay. Again, if they're giant footprints, I get double. So my survival is +5, and because it's a wisdom score, it would be +10 if they're giants for 14.
Oh, mine's like actually better.
Right. Well, your total bonus is not +10.
No.
Yeah,
Just the
yeah.
base. I'm just surprised. I thought hers would be plus like 8, like without the skill.
You thought anyone would have a better wisdom score than you?
Yeah, I don't have a very high wisdom.
Sorry.
Okay, so 14.
It's okay. I'm more stealthy than our thief, which is funny to me. So.
All right, so with a 14,
Yeah.
find more or less what Lost found. It looks like there may be large footprints here. It's really hard to tell. Like, you're not even sure if it's giants or mammoths or an elephants or a dinosaurs or something really strange. And then it does look like something was dragged. It looks perhaps like there are sets of they could be like cartwheels, or they could be like something sort of cylindrical was like dragged across the ground. There are 2 sets of 2 that are equally spaced each.
Well, as we saw, it seems like whatever ambushed this caravan walked off with the supplies in some way. Obviously, since everything is looted, they must have taken it away with them.
Yep, I guess we should. We might. Well, what's in the wreckage, guys?
So Ali can.
It's wreckage. There's corpse over here, corpse over here.
Corpse. Okay.
They're all dead.
So no survivors. How did you guys, either of you guys, determine how long they've been dead?
Can I
That
check?
was not done.
Nope,
So
it said they are dead.
Alec already checked medicine, so you would say, I mean, you rolled a 20, right?
21.
Well, you rolled a nat 20. So...
No, I rolled an 18.
Oh, okay. You can tell that they died. They're fairly fresh. Like, the bruising looks kind of fresh. Maybe 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago, something like that.
I'm gonna push my hand on one of the corpses. It's still bleeding.
They are still bleeding. Yeah.
Do I see any evidence of this probably being the Imperial caravan that we were meant to meet up with?
Why are you taking? Sorry.
Roll investigation.
Okay. 7.
No. It's unfortunate.
Can anyone assist?
Can
Just
I?
say what was with an assist.
Like, can I determine how long the horse has been dead using my nature score?
Roll animal handling. No, just kidding. Roll medicine.
Survival
if you
or
want.
medicine?
I don't have medicine. Oh, actually, well, I'm not proficient. But
I have medicine. I'm good at medicine. If I want to check it out.
well, we already got
Yeah.
passes. Than the time of death of these corpses, but it's dark, and I don't think I got exactly the best read I could get on the tracks. We can absolutely follow them.
Do we want to do it at night? Probably, so they don't get too far, but just making sure.
Yeah, I mean, I can cast without, or actually, I guess I haven't done anything else, so cast without trace is still up.
Well, it took you an hour to get here, so.
Okay. Well, then I.
Oh,
can
but you cast it while you were here. Sorry, I thought you were talking about traveling. So it's been like maybe 10 minutes since you were investigating and stuff. So you have 50 minutes left on.
Yeah, so we can follow the tracks if you guys think that's prudent. I'm just I don't know.
Well, I think Nirida had a good idea. I don't want them to get too far ahead of us. If we are concerned about daylight losing light, perhaps trying to get close and just scout out the area, and once we've decided where they are, moving away and making ourselves unknown.
Okay. So
At the very least, the darkness should help us kind of more stealthily approach them. So
Yeah. So put that torch out, Chance, and let's follow these tracks.
all right.
Chance snuffs the torch.
Oh, and I guess I'm going to cast Dark Vision.
Okay.
So, Welgwyn and Nerida just stick close to Chance or I.
Okay.
We'll do our best to be your eyes.
Or a leak for some reason if you're feeling weird.
Or Alik, yeah.
Everybody roll
right next to
stealth with
With
plus
plus
10
10 bonus.
and
on top of
disadvantage for Alik and Nerida.
Double tens.
Yeah.
14.
17.
Or wait, no. 16.
23. No, 33.
Okay. Oh, Alik was bad, right?
But I was super good, so I get to help.
Chance was
maybe?
bad. Alik was bad. Nerida, did you only roll once? Oh, 20? Oh, yeah, I see. 13.
16 for,
Okay.
for Chance, 17 for me.
So you're following the tracks for some time before you sort of like they pass through this glade of trees, and emerging on the other side, you see before you maybe 200 meters away, 200 feet away, but not very like far, maybe 100 to 200 meters feet. It's hard to tell in this darkness. A large bonfire with what maybe looks like is obscured by figures. It's a little hard to tell. And right as you break the trees, you hear, oh, 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 like just horrible howls from very nearby. Yeah, like that. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode of Tales from
Like-
Tuatha.
They noticed us? Because I feel like we did specifically say that we're trying to be stealthy about this. And
Yeah,
not
I know.
Just walk right in.
Your stealth
Sucks,
rolls
man.
are not fantastic, so
Mine was.
Oh.
Alik, Nerida, and Chance all did pretty badly.
Okay. Okay. Because I did
That
amazing.
20 was good.
20 is pretty good,
You
but
said it was a little bit of time or some time. How much time?
what do you mean how much time?
We were following them, the tracks. How much time?
How long? Is
Probably
the
like 30 minutes.
protection still
30
up?
minutes?
Whatever.
Okay, good. Because warding bond lasts an hour, so I wanted to know if it was still up.
Oh, you have like, yeah, maybe 20 minutes left.
All right.
Okay, that's where we'll pick up next week. Next week, Sunday at 4 p.m. Is that good for everybody still? We're good for 4
Yes.
p.m. next
Yep.
week?
I mean,
Alright.
I'm down for 6 a.m. again.
No.
Surprisingly, we had a ton of viewers at 6 a.m., like way more than
That was
today.
weird. Yeah.
We have very few today for some reason, but
Maybe
whatever.
they expected it to be at.
It's 6. My Reddit post accidentally says 6 a.m., so maybe. Although I posted it when we started, so that would be confusing.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for showing up. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun. Thanks to the viewers.
We love our fans.
Love our fans.
Woo!
Join us on, what is it, Discord and Twitch and YouTube, all the things.
And Twitter.
Subscribe.
The links are below the Twitch video.
Buy
Thank you
our
so much for
merch in
showing
the
up.
shop. Smash
no
that
shop.
subscribe button.
Ring
that
Daddy's
merch.
bell.
Buy that merch.
YouTube couldn't have
You know what, just send us
fancy
money. We don't need
underpants.
merch, right?
Yeah.
No.
Actually, like care of Tuatha.
To
I think you
Alec's
might
new
have a hard
address.
time catching that, but yes,
All right,
to
we'll
his
see
new
you
house.
next week. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye.